Some news that we've been wanting to hear for a while for this franchise, and I'm happy to confirm that with some a little bits of leak and some registered domains for the promised Neverland, it's pretty much confirmed to this point, or at least that we're going to have to wait a little tiny longer to be hearing that that anime adaptation is going to be coming around the corner. Now, we're talking about this because on April 20th, the domain name for netherlandanime.com and also as well a launch of a Twitter account was produced to this series. Now, every time that we've had something like this happen, like we had this with Hero Academia, we've had this with Black Clover, we've had this like for the Hinamara Zumo, I believe, had this leaked out as well. It's every time when you get the domain name and it's like, there we go, there's the anime adaptation right there for you, because that normally means that it's going to be getting something out there. And it makes sense that it's going to be having an anime adaptation now, mainly because of the one part of the season that they could adapt. A lot of people, like, not going too much into this, the people that haven't seen Promised Neverland or read it, is definitely one of the things I love about it the most, is the first real arc of the franchise that takes place in this entire, like, manner, and, like, overall, this is a series that has deserved a lot of praise because it is interesting upon week. It's definitely haven't read it in a couple of chapters though. I still need to get back onto it, especially with like the current stuff that are going down, and also mentionings recently of a talking about like how the series is pretty much like halfway done, I believe. Like as like last time we had to talk with the actual creator of the series, he was like, yeah, no, I'm around about halfway done to like wrapping up a lot of the things on there. So it's not going to be that long in the series. So I don't think people are going to be waiting so long for like continuous more seasons and stuff like that going on there. Although that could change with the popularity of the series and if they want to keep it on. But this is like current day Death Note for a lot of people, where it's like a lot of mind games are being put into this, a lot of like kind of theories, a lot of people like kind of like trying to outwit each other, like, and the show, like, from when it was turning like to escaping to now, it's kind of more like a survival game now for the most part with the latest arc, and it was like it's still trying to keep that theme on there, like of the whole series. Is like I feel like the whole just giant theme of the Promised Neverland is survival. It is the key theme of a lot of the things that we get to see in the series, and definitely if you have never read it, I would highly recommend it. I can definitely see like the anime being 12 episodes because I could see them blitzing through some of that material. Like this is a very dialogue heavy series. There's hardly any action in it, like from like the early parts of it, so I can definitely see like a 12 episode adapting that entire part of the like series. And overall, like the one thing that just leaves the question is, who is doing this? Who's actually animating this? I feel like someone like IG would do this pretty well. Like I feel like it would probably go to one of those studios. I could imagine it going to IG, maybe like White Fox. Like I could imagine going to like a couple of those studios on there. I don't think this seems like for a show like this, I don't really see Period doing it. Although we've been surprised once or twice before with like sometimes they do a few smaller works here and there. But I could see this like being like an IG work or like somewhere on there. Like I like the dream one. I think would be. I think Ufotable would do the series gorgeous with a ton of its stuff going on in its backgrounds, and it's like all its like creepy stuff that it has going on, especially with the monsters and everything. It's like there's a lot of stuff to go into it, but I think IG would probably be the best bet on there. Maybe Madhouse, like since Madhouse pretty much does every adaptation right for the most part, with the exception of a few. I'm looking at you, Devil May Cry. That still fucking sucks. That's still the worst thing out of Madhouse's entire repertoire. Like they fucked up the perfect combination of Devil May Cry and Madhouse, and yet it was terrible. So yeah, no, that was one of those unfortunate things. I'm fine with a lot of the studios that it can go to, as long as it's not Toei. I think I don't really want it to be Period for the most part. Like Period's got way too many fucking works on there, and I don't think that's really what they focus on with series like these. But we'll have to wait and see. Overall, I'm just excited to hear that we're finally going to be getting something for this series, that we're finally going to be getting an anime for it, because it has been definitely popular. It has, especially since it came out, a lot of people have been really talking about this, and it's finally only gotten to this point now that we're getting volumes over here in the West. I think it's like 2 volumes out now. And it's like, I need more on that to put on the collection back there. So let me know what you guys think of that section down below. That's all from me. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys though next time.